Hi everyone, Quilfan here again. So on my last video, the hashtag 22 faves, Lena from Fire of Transformation asked about a specific card that I've shown, and we talked about it. I told her and offered to do a walkthrough, which she was very happy about. So Lena, this is especially for you, but to everyone else who's interested in this deck as well, of course. So the deck we're talking about today is this little beauty here. It is The Terror of the Absurd, and it's by Jessica Rose Shanahan, who created this deck. As far as I know, it is self-published, or at least it's by a publishing company that's not that well known, which I will talk about later. It is a quirky deck. It is a black and white deck. It is a Rider-Waite-Smith based deck, but it does stray quite a bit from the typical Rider-Waite-Smith imagery. And it really is a deck that adds new layers to your specific perspective of a meaning of a card, because of the way it presents the images. I think you will see that in a bit, that it's really abstract and really artistic and really, I don't know, it's a bit, I don't know, the images seem so flexible that it kind of sets you or gives you this mind space or this mindset of flexibility yourself. So it really, at least for me, once I'm working with the deck, it really opens up my intuition. It opens up my way of perceiving the cards, and that itself adds a lot to the meaning. So it is definitely a quite interesting deck. It does not come with a little white book or with a guidebook at all, but the creator does have a blog on the internet, and in this blog you have this lovely search bar. So you can type in the card that you're looking for, and then the blog post to this card will pop up. And it's like she has blog posts for almost all the cards in the deck. I think there are maybe like 5 missing. You can work with this deck regardless. Like, it is very usable. It's really like, if you know Rider-Waite-Smith, you really can work with this deck. But if you want to study it, it is worth reading those blog posts, because they are just phenomenal. Like, they are so interesting to read, and they give you so much more information about why she created the card like that, how she perceived the card so far, how maybe her journey with the card changed over time. So love it. I really, really urge you to take a look at this blog post, and I, of course, will link to it in the description box below or in the eye in the sky above, right? So again, it comes packaged like that. I like this touch of color in the ribbon. I don't know if it comes with different ribbons, actually. I mean, mine is pink, and I like that. It does not come edged, obviously. This is my doing. So it does not come in a real box. It's just this little, I don't even know how to call it, but I actually somewhat like it. So I, for now at least, keep the deck the way it was supposed to be. You have a little copyright on the back, on both sides, left and right, as you can see. But that's it. There's no copyright on the front of the card, so I am totally fine with that. The deck itself comes with an extra card that has the number of the deck. So I have number 505, I think of 600, if I'm not mistaken. It's definitely rounded, like by hand almost. And yeah, just, it's one of the cards of the deck, but like an extra one. So this is not the one you're using. And it comes with a artist card. So this says, The Terror of the Absurd is a newly illustrated deck, useful for intuiting the turns of fortune's wheel in search of self-knowledge, past and future, truth and falsehood, and art in the logically absurd manner of one's own fool's choosing. Containing herein stars and flowers in and out of heaven, eloquent people, fancy clothing, bare feet, outrageous hairdos, wings, blades, cups, coins, sticks, and divine love. Also to be used for game playing in the traditional manner of the gambler. It's published by Fool's Foot Imprints, and the copyright is 2012, Jessica Rose Shanahan. And then you have the homepage. So www, if it would focus, I would be very happy. Barefootfool.com. And this is the first edition, the first printing. It's signed, as you can see, and this is number 505 out of 600. As far as I'm concerned, I think it is still available. You can buy it on her Etsy shop, to which I will link down in the description box below, but you can also buy it on Amazon. Of course, if you're in the US, I would advise you, or would say that it would probably be better to buy off of Etsy. I think it's more supportive for the artist than like Amazon, but as for me, I live in Germany, and so the shipping and handling costs of Etsy are like the typical shipping and handling costs of the US, which is ridiculous. And the shipping and handling costs of Amazon are a lot cheaper. So this is why I bought this on Amazon. Again, you can choose what you like. It also comes with a second moon card, which I will show to you once I get to the moon cards themselves, because it does not make sense. And again, it doesn't come edged like that. It's just plain white. I liked it. I like the contrast because it is a black and white deck, and yeah, the backs of the card are white, but like the front, usually you have black at the edges. So I really thought it suited it well. So, without further ado, let's start with the cards. So, here we have the Fool. And here you can see what I mean with kind of a flexibility. You really have movement in the cards, even though they are so bold and so, like there is no like fine detailing in shading or something. It's just black and white. But you can really see him move. So I really like that. You have the flowers, you have the dog. You have him being blinded, so he does definitely not see where he's going, and he's taking a huge step. So this is the Fool. This is the Magician. I really, really like that. Because again, you really don't, at first glance, you get what it says, but you really don't see what it really shows on the card. But what it does show is you have like obviously the eternity symbol here, which is always a part, or usually a part of the alchemist in this case, or the magician. But what he does, or she, because it really cannot tell, is what she calls in her blog post like the ultimate act of creation, because this alchemist is actually creating himself. So with his wand, he really is creating. He's not finished yet. As you can see, he still has to pull out his last leg, right? So there's one leg, two arms, a face, a body, but there's the second leg is missing. And so this is what he is kind of doing. He's creating himself like that. This is one of the more, like in symbols, the more simpler images. So here we have the High Priestess almost crawling into the book. I love that you have the half moon. Again, I love the images, actually. Here we have the Empress, hugely pregnant, and I like her. There is, I mean, look at this baby. Doesn't this make you smile? Like just on top of everything else, this card, simply because of this baby, makes me smile. Then you have this very rigid emperor, as you can see. I'm going a bit faster now, I know. The Hierophant, which is actually like, if you read the blog post, she initially wanted to create a different person for that. Like, this is not like the emperor, the Hierophant she wanted to create actually, but it just simply came out of her pen or whatever. So this is not the Minotaur, and this is not Europe. So at least if you follow her blog, which is quite funny to have that. I mean, you can read it, but yeah, it's worth it. Here you have the Lovers. Come on, focus, please. The Chariot. This again is one of the cards. This is one of the cards that I struggled with a bit at first, because it's, how the hell is this card supposed to move? I mean, like this? I don't know how to look at this card again. Still, there's no movement. But if you read the blog post, it makes sense, or it starts making sense, at least to why she used what she used in this card. So read it. I actually love the Strength card. And you know, those of you who have seen any of my videos know that I hate Strength cards in which there is any violence shown, or like this typical, the woman pries open the mouth of a lion violently with a lot of force. I really hate those cards usually. I really find this one to be quite funny actually, because of the look of the lion's face. And it really shows a bit, at least to me, this one shows that the taming, like violently trying to get to the beast, it won't get you where you want to be. And you will be exhausted, as you can tell. Like, she's really struggling hard here. She was really giving it her all, like everything she has. Look at her face, screaming, and like really she's giving it so much strength and effort. And then look at the lion's face. He's so like, he's almost bored. So really, like, just his face, he's almost like making fun of her. And I really can see what is happening afterwards. Like, once she is really heavily panting and totally exhausted, laying on the floor, almost dying because of exhaustion, because she fought so hard, and he's just sitting next to her, totally relaxed and being the beast he is. So they won't be like one step. She wouldn't have taken one step towards him through all her efforts of getting to him like that. So I just love it. I just love the look on both of those faces. So the Hermit, love this one. I just love this one. You have him being kind of isolated. You have him being in his almost cave, but I love that it has the form of an hourglass. You have the lamp. You have everything you need with this card. But again, you have this, I don't know how to call it, but because of the way it is painted, you have a lot more than just the sum of the different symbols in the card themselves. So here we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is the Justice card that started it all. As the Lover, I just love the card. The Hanged Man. Again, it has like the typical Rider-Waite-Smith image, but it does add a lot. I mean, you really can study this card and it will add to your understanding of the meaning of the card. Here we have Death. Gosh, I love this. Temperance. Again, I'm going a bit quicker now. Ooh, this one is like one of the most disturbing cards in this deck. So if you're, I don't know, I mean, it is artistic. It doesn't show actual nudity, but it is obscene. It is definitely a card that is obscene. And it definitely shows a different side of the devil than quite a lot of other cards do. So yeah, you have the devil filleting himself and being all, I don't know, into him. Like, it's just what I like about this card, actually. I mean, I have had my difficulties at the beginning with this card, but what I like about it actually is that it shows that there is no other person involved who's doing devilish things to you, but you are the one who either let other person do this, or do it to yourself. So I like that kind of shift of perspective there. Here we have the Tower, the Star. Here's the Moon card that I chose. Actually, there is a different one, which is quite disturbing as well, because it is a mother devouring her own child. And she calls that in her blog post like the ultimate deceit. Because the creator who brought something into this life, I'm not quoting right now, I'm just kind of trying to get it from the top of my head. So like the creator who brought something into this life with the intention of keeping it safe and loved in a way, becomes the destroyer of his own creation. So she again calls that the ultimate deceit. When she became a mother herself, she talks about that in her blog post. I like that, because she talked that once she became a mother herself, this image became almost too disturbing for her. So she created the other one, which again is a card about illusion, about being perfectly safe, sleeping with wolves out in the wilderness in night, and how that is possibly not the truth, but an illusion. You also can, this is why I chose this card, is because you also can have a different layer of meaning to it, as to almost this dreamlike quality and this intuition quality to it. So again, you can choose whatever card you prefer. I chose this one, although I get this one as well. So yeah, this is why I chose that. This is the Sun. No naked child on a horse. This is Judgment. You already saw that. And this is the World. And what I like about the World, again, is it is the exact same person. And the exact same dog, and the exact same flowers, and a triskel, and it's just really, it rounds up the journey. So I really like that. Oops, so sorry. Okay, now off for the minor arcana. Here we have the Ace of Swords, which is called Blades in this deck. The Two of Swords, or the Two of Blades. And again, I love this, the way, this flexibility, like this, I don't have the right word for it, but there is so much, not only like movement, but so much stretching in the cards, that it really gives you this, it gets you into this kind of mindset of stretching your own mind, which is, I just love it. I really, really, really love this Three of Swords, or Three of Blades. And what I love about it is, again, it's a card that you can read with at first glance, but it also, I have to put it here because I'm struggling to lay down the cards on the left side. But back to the card. You really can work with it at first glance, but it took me a while to really see what is pictured here, because you have an actual anatomically correct heart here, which I really like. And you have the blades destroying it, but you have this person destroying it himself or herself. It's really, there are quite a lot of layers. There's quite a lot of you can do with this card. So I really, really adore this. This is more of a traditional Four of Blades, Five of Blades, again, more traditional. Love the Six of Blades. I actually do like the Seven of Blades. For those of you who do not read the Seven of Swords in a kind of deceitful way, this probably isn't for you, but although you could apply your own meaning to this card as well. So I like it because it reminds me of a television show I watched as a kid. So it again has this kind of, it just has good memories in a way for me, which make me laugh. So I really like it because of that, even though it's not quite happy card, actually. Love the Eight of Swords. Again, there is so much you can do with this because those blades are simply attached to the wall. And look at how this person is bound. This person could free himself so easily and then turn away the blades to get away. But instead, he's really obviously struggling and he's starving and he did not move for quite some time because he's so afraid to take this first step and to take his fortune into his own hands and simply move them. He failed to see, and I love that. Here we have the Nine of Blades, the Ten of Blades, the Page of Blades. I love her. The pages in this deck are very much apprentices, and they almost always do have everything they need to gain knowledge. So you have this bookshelf here, you have all the books here for her to gain her knowledge of. The Knight of Blades. Love the Queen of Blades. And I'm not too fond actually of the King of Blades, simply because of what he makes me feel. I feel like there's a prince playing king in this image. What I really like about this image, though, is that he's holding a pen, a fountain pen. So it kind of talks about the power of words, the power of communication. So really like that. The Ace of Cups. I love her. The Two of Cups. I love how like, I don't know, you cannot tell if it's men or women in this card. So I really like that. I love the Three of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Five of Cups, very classical image. I love the Six. I just love those cards. They make me smile, and they really, again, add to what you thought you knew about cards, or the meaning. The Seven of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Nine. Look at this smug smile here. Oh, the Ten of Cups, the Page. Again, with the books for study, but then also with a huge cup of water, of emotions. So the Knight, and look at this horse bowing. He's so romantic, and so, I don't know, he's like the charmer. The Queen of Cups, the King of Cups. I love this, that he's kind of half a fish. Ah, gorgeous. The Ace of Sticks. So wands is sticks in this deck. Love the Two of Sticks. The Three of Sticks. I really love that card. It is one, again, that I looked a bit closer into. And I like that. It has this, there is so much stability in there, but it adds a lot of layers because they kind of, you don't really know what this is about. It could be because they just agreed on a specific business plan. So they could be business partners, and because of that, there is a lot of stability given there. But it also could be a couple breaking up, for example, in a very, what is the word? Like, again, they agreed on something maybe. There isn't that much emotion involved at that point, but it is very, like, it really has this stability. And because of one leg down, they give more strength, more stability to this bench. So again, I'm pretty bad at explaining it in short. I'm sorry, but if you read the blog post and you think about it a bit further, there's a lot you can do with this card, and a lot added to like the typical thing, the typical scene you see in the Rider-Waite-Smith. Here we have the Five of Sticks, the Six of Sticks, love it, The 7 of sticks. Ooh. The 8 of sticks. The 9 of sticks. The 10. This is quite traditional. And again, the books that she needs, but she also, as you can see, there is so much playfulness in this card. There's so much joy and life and fire in this card for her. So you always have both components in the pages. I really love the pages of this deck. If I haven't if I haven't told you so before. The Knight, I love the court cards in general. Other than the King of Swords, I really, really love the court cards. The King of Sticks. And then we got to the coins. So the Ace of Coins. Oh, I love the 2 of Coins. 3 of Coins. The 4 of Coins. Interesting. The 5 of Coins. The 6. 7 of Coins. This is quite traditional as well. The 8 of Coins. I just love this deck. I'm sorry. The 9 of Coins. The 10. And the Page of Coins. The Knight. The Queen of Coins, enjoying this little flower, the smell of the flower. And here we have the King, who is almost like the the most king-like. Like, he really does look like that stereotypical king, like in his gown and like holding this coin. So yeah, this is it. This is the deck. I love it. I think, again, it's quirky and it does enhance your own understanding of the cards because of the simplicity of the art. Simply because it's just black and white. There is no shading. There's nothing it's not that whimsical even. It really makes it easy to work with. It does give you lovely readings, easy to read with. Again, I adore it to actually read with it. But it also is a great deck for study, and it will add to your own understanding of the cards a lot. So yeah, I definitely think it's a deck worth getting. So this is it. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, the links to the blog and the Etsy shop of the creator are in the description box below and up here. And just to clarify, or to say it, if I ever show you a card of a deck that you are interested in seeing a walkthrough, simply let me know. I don't know if I could get to it straight away, so this one took a while actually to film, but I definitely will make a walkthrough of a deck if you want to see it. So just simply let me know in the comments if you want to see something whenever you think of it. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough. I hope I did not ramble too much, which I probably did, but I'm sorry. And I try to keep it a bit shorter than my usual walkthroughs. I hope that was all right. And I just hope you're all having a glorious, beautiful, sunny, heartwarming day whenever you see this. All right? Bye.